Hello YouTube, my name is Big Boy Snatch on TV, aka what kind of snatch one, because I got playing around. As you can tell by the time the thumbnail and the video itself, this is my WWE Raw review on highlights. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please subscribe to my channel for more Western content I do on the channel. For watch the entire video from all the way from the beginning all towards the end. Follow all of my social media down below in the description. Go check out my WWE WrestleMania 42 for night 1 and night 2 review and highlights that I did on the channel, because that's all I gotta say. And let's get started. Now, WWE Raw was a good show for what it was, and I had to give this show a 7.5 out of 10. But night 2 of WrestleMania 42 was way better than night 1. Yeah, night 1 had some good matches and good moments, but it wasn't way better than night 2. Night 2 was a good show last night, and it was just cinema. The main event between Roman Reigns and CM Punk was the best first match of the night, and then the ladder match was the second best match of the night. So without further ado, let's get started. WWE Raw was live from Las Vegas, Nevada at T-Mobile Arena. Commentary tonight with Michael Cole and Corey Graves. Alright. Then Now Forever Together. The WWE video leads us into the show. Video package highlights are shown from WrestleMania Saturday and WrestleMania Sunday. New World Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns will be on tonight's show. The pre-show arrivals. Women's World Champion Liv Morgan arrives with the Judgment Day. WWE Women's Champion Rhea Ripley is also in attendance alongside Io Sky. They battle the Kabuki Warriors tonight. Alright, so we get Femi addresses defeating Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 42 at night. Yeah, WrestleMania 42. And don't get me wrong, and this was a quick promo. It wasn't that much. It was just a quick promo. Femi struts his way to the ring to a big ovation. Femi is not dressed and compete tonight. The crowd loudly sings The Ruler. Femi looks around before raising the microphone to his mouth. He cuts off by an Femi chant. Femi says The Ruler has arrived. Femi drops the microphone and poses as the music plays. The crowd chants his name. Now Femi is the next big thing. He is the ruler and the next big thing in the WWE. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta give my respect to Brock Lesnar for what he did in WWE. But now Brock Lesnar is retired. But Femi is the ruler and the next big thing in the WWE. Give me a dream match. Femi versus Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Champion. Sign me up to see that. Also, my second dream match. Give me Femi versus Gunther. That's also will be my second dream match. Sign me up to see those two matches. But anyway, let me continue. Video package. Asuka says Io Sky has once again chose her fake family over her real one. Asuka will always be Io Sky's senpai. How has it been working out since she devoted herself to Rhea Ripley? Rhea Ripley is a champion and Io Sky is nothing. It didn't have to happen this way. If she had shown Asuka respect, she could have continued to be her senpai. She even tried to corrupt Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane said she beat Io Sky last week. This week they beat them together. Asuka says no one is ready for her. I'm sorry. Io Sky and the WWE Women's Champion Rhea Ripley make their way to the ring. They battle the Kabuki Warriors next. And I'm also going to say, Jade Cargill, out of nowhere, hit the one-winged angel. She took Kenny Omega's move. So, that's all I got to say. Jade Cargill can wrestle, but I'm glad Rhea Ripley won the Women's Championship at WrestleMania 41, at night 2 at WrestleMania 41. And that's all I got to say. But let me continue. So, we go to commercial break. So, we get the tag team match. So, we get Io Sky and the WWE Women's Champion Rhea Ripley versus the Kabuki Warriors Asuka and Kairi Sane. And this tag team match right here, I ain't even gonna lie, this was a good tag team match for what it was. Io Sky will start against Kairi Sane. They lock up and tussle around for a position. Io Sky pushed her against the ropes and gives a clean break. Kairi Sane shoves her back. So Io Sky applies a race lock. A race lock. Kairi Sane twists out, but Io Sky fights back and applies the side headlock. Kairi Sane grabs her by the hair and slings her down. Kairi Sane tries for a bell, but Io Sky lands on her feet and strikes her back. Kairi Sane reverses a whip to the corner, but Io Sky drops her from the apron. When she charged, Kairi Sane comes off the top rope, but Io Sky avoids it. Kairi Sane taunts Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. Kairi Sane stomps Io Sky's foot and hits a Head Sisters takeover, followed by a basement dropkick. Kairi Sane poses and looks to Asuka for approval. Io Sky rolls Kairi Sane up for a 2 count. Kairi Sane quickly punches Io Sky and gets for it in Alabama Slam, but Io Sky fights out. Io Sky hits a double underhook backbreaker. WWE Women's Champion Rhea Ripley tags in and she slams Io Sky onto Kairi Sane for a 2 count. Kairi Sane quickly slaps Rhea Ripley, so Rhea Ripley slams her down on her face. Rhea Ripley hits a basement dropkick, so Kairi Sane rolls away and tags Asuka in. Asuka strikes away at her, but Rhea Ripley snaps her off her knee. Asuka fights back with more strikes before hitting a sliding knee. Rhea Ripley fires back with a kick to the face for a 2 count. Rhea Ripley goes for a tag, but Asuka kicks Io Sky hand. Rhea Ripley kicks Asuka into the referee. Kairi Sane tries to attack. Rhea Ripley thwarts it. Asuka then takes Rhea Ripley down. Kairi Sane tags in and goes to the top rope for an insane elbow on standing Rhea Ripley at the ringside. So we go to commercial break. Back from the break, the Kabuki Warriors double team Rhea Ripley with strikes. Kairi Sane tags in. The Kabuki Warriors go for a double team, but Rhea Ripley fights them off. Rhea Ripley hits Kairi Sane with a running kick. Io Sky and Asuka tag in. Io Sky hits some Shote uppercuts. Asuka shoves her, but Io Sky boosts her back. Kairi Sane runs in, but Io Sky slams her into Asuka. Io Sky does a handspring before hitting the Kabuki Warriors with a double drop kick. Io Sky pops up, getting the crowd going. Io Sky hits Asuka and Kairi Sane with Bullet Train attack. Asuka receives a second Bullet Train before being kicked in the head for a 2 count. Rhea Ripley tags in and hits Asuka with the Razor's Edge. Io Sky follows up with a missile dropkick on 2. Asuka kicks out. Kairi Sane was late breaking up the pin. Asuka gets out of a riptide and knocks Io Sky off the apron. Kairi Sane blonde tags in. Asuka hits Rhea Ripley with the Codebreaker, and Kairi Sane follows up with a blockbuster. The Kabuki Warriors sandwich Rhea Ripley with kicks. 1-2. Io Sky breaks it up. Asuka kicks Io Sky in the head, but Io Sky rolls her up and hits a double stomp to the midsection. Kairi Sane attacks Io Sky and sends her into the ropes. Why I keep saying Asuka? Io Sky diverts and hits Asuka with a suicide dive, spiking herself on the head. Yikes. Rhea Ripley headbutts Kairi Sane and tags Io Sky in. Rhea Ripley hits a riptide and Io Sky follows it up with the over the moonsault for the win. The winner by pinfall, Io Sky and the WWE Women's Champion Rhea Ripley. This was a good tag team match, and that's all I gotta say. Video package highlights are shown from WrestleMania 42. Backstage segment. Raw General Manager Adam Pearce is giving props to the WWE Intercontinental Champion Penta. Giovanni Edwards walks up and says he was going to be champion yesterday, but he not going anywhere. Penta says they stole the show last night. His title isn't going anywhere because he's Penta. Seattle Metal. Ethan Page, Raw's newest superstar, walks up. Ethan Page says he always gets what he wants, the Intercontinental Championship. Ethan Page won't need a second chance. Unlike Giovanni Owens, Adam Pearce says they can settle it in the ring tonight. Giovanni Owens says no one is taking his spot. Coming up next, we hear from CM Punk, so we go to commercial break. The Spanish commentary team is also at ringside. Alright. Royce Keys is at ringside. Backstage segment. Yeah, backstage segment. A bruised and battle CM Punk is walking backstage. He goes through the gorilla position and walks out onto the stage without music. CM Punk stands there and looks around. There are some boos for him. CM Punk kneels down and shouts, "It's clobbering time." CM Punk music plays as he makes his full entrance. So CM Punk addresses his WrestleMania 42 defeat at the hands of the OTC, the tribal chief, and the head of the table, Roman Reigns. And this was a good segment right here by CM Punk. CM Punk stands in the ring and says he's been dealing with a lot of loss since October. While in Japan, his friend and MMA trainer Duke Rufus didn't wake up then in November. His Larry crossed the Rainbow Bridge. It seems like every 2 weeks the WWE family has lost important people like Kerwin Selfies and others. CM Punk puts over everyone behind the scenes, calling them the real superstars behind the men. On April 11th, his friend Bo Luthers passed away. CM Punk also lost last night. The aforementioned loss sting more than losing his title. The people have helped him heal and get through the loss. Being the heavyweight champion gave him an anchor and a reason not to slow down, rather than being reduced to a puddle of tears. CM Punk thanks the crowd for helping him process the grief. They helped him get through the loss. They helped him get through his loss from last night as well. CM Punk says he wasn't even supposed to be world heavyweight champion. CM Punk survived Gunther and was cashed in by Seth Rollins. CM Punk thought it wasn't bad to be a champion for 3 minutes and 46 seconds. 3 minutes at 46-year-old. CM Punk. It says CM Punk could have stopped, but he stayed ready. CM Punk poured his heart and soul into this entertain people because he stayed ready. An opportunity arose. Seth Rollins got hurt and CM Punk won a no more contenders match. If CM Punk didn't stay ready, they'll be yeeting with Jey Uso. The crowd boos Uso's name. CM Punk stays ready because he doesn't know when a champion opportunity will fall out of the sky. CM Punk is still the best in the world and the baddest. You know what? CM Punk gave everything he had, but it wasn't his night. CM Punk isn't going to sulk or go on vacation. CM Punk will stay ready because you never know when a championship opportunity will fall out of the sky. The undisputed WWE champion, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, heads to the ring. Cody Rhodes shows off a horrific black eye from his battle against Randy Orton. WrestleMania Saturday, CM Punk walks up to him to get a closer look at the generally eye. CM Punk jokingly asks if he went over his time. Cody Rhodes tells him not to leave. This Monday Night Raw is CM Punk's time. Cody Rhodes says he might be incorrect in this assumption, but he was standing by with his peers. This wasn't what he was expecting. CM Punk asked if Cody Rhodes thought he was going to crash out. Cody Rhodes says he was expecting a freak out. Cody Rhodes says he knows how CM Punk likes to handle things, but he buttons up. This is not what he was expecting. Cody Rhodes is glad that Las Vegas gave him the flowers he deserved. Cody Rhodes says he doesn't know what he's supposed to do. He's standing here looking like a loser. CM Punk asks if Cody Rhodes thinks he should be feeling like a loser. CM Punk says it's cool. They friends. CM Punk doesn't feel like a loser, and Cody Rhodes isn't either. On Saturday, Cody Rhodes beat a first bailout Hall of Famer. Cody Rhodes beat a friend and mentor. CM Punk fought someone he hates. That's easy to stump him on his stupid face and makes fun of his sweet pepper necklace. Cody Rhodes won and CM Punk lost, and they way CM Punk, he is a loser. It's okay. The path is clear. Cody Rhodes feels this way because heavy is the head that wears the crown. CM Punk is free as a bird. CM Punk loves being the World Heavyweight Champion, but last night wasn't his night. Cody Rhodes needs to keep being the champion. CM Punk just needs to be ready. Yeah, CM Punk needs to be what was it? CM Punk needs to be ready. What? CM Punk is free as the birds. Punk loves being World Heavyweight Champion, but last night wasn't his night. Cody Rhodes needs to keep being the champion. CM Punk just needs to be ready. CM Punk looks at Cody Rhodes' title and says, "You never know when a championship opportunity is just going to fall out of the sky." The crowd buzz as CM Punk leaves the ring. Now, in my honest opinion, if CM Punk was to go to SmackDown, CM Punk is going after Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE champion. And I can definitely see that. Happen. Cody Rhodes says, hey Punk. Hey CM Punk. Just say when. CM Punk smirks as he walks off. Video package. Finn Balor says Dominic Mysterio brought out the Demon last night at WrestleMania 42. The Demon put Dominic Mysterio down. Finn Balor isn't finished with the Judgment Day. Dominic Mysterio drew first blood, so he's the first to fall. Finn Balor expected that from Dominic Mysterio, but from JD Madonna, Finn Balor remembers when JD Madonna was a 12-year-old kid in Ireland. Finn Balor helped him grow into one of the greatest performers on earth. When he needs someone who he knew would have his back no matter what, it was always JD Madonna. Then JD Madonna made a choice. Dominic Mysterio, this would be a full circle moment for JD Madonna. Finn Balor got him into the business. Tonight he'll take him out. All Ego Ethan Page makes his way to the ring. He'll battle Javon Evans next. So we go to commercial break. So we get All Ego Ethan Page versus Javon Evans. I remember these two battle down on NXT. And this match right here, I ain't even gonna lie. This was a This match right here, I ain't even gonna lie. This was a decent match for what it was. So this was a decent match for what it was. They lock up and Ethan Page quickly applies a side headlock. The commentators talk about their history in NXT. Javon Evans whips Ethan Page off, but Ethan Page tackles him and pats him on the head. Ethan Page hits the ropes, and Javon Evans turns him around before hitting a springboard roll-up for a 2 count. Javon Evans flips away from Page, a slingshot over him. Javon Evans flips out of a clothesline and hits a beautiful stunner. Ethan Page puts himself through the ropes to keep Javon Evans back. Ethan Page gets a cheap shot in on Javon Evans before punching the way at him. Ethan Page elbows Javon Evans in the head before hitting a backbreaker. Javon Evans fights back with a kick to the head and chops him. Javon Evans ducks a strike and jabs away at Ethan Page before charging. Ethan Page does a clothesline and rocks him with a right hand. Ethan Page sends Javon Evans into the ropes for a back elbow to pick up a 2 count. Ethan Page applies a weird chin lock. Javon Evans fights up and backs him into the corner. Javon Evans flips through a back suplex and drop kicks Ethan Page before hitting a springboard hurricanrana. Ethan Page rolls out of the ring to recover. Javon Evans hits the ropes and hits a huge dive over the top rope. So we go to commercial break. Back from the break, Javon Evans sends Ethan Page out of the ring and hits a suicide dive. Javon Evans hits him in the ring and strikes away at him before hitting a springboard clothesline for a 2 count. Javon Evans goes to the top rope, but Ethan Page cuts him off. Ethan Page rocks Javon Evans with a right hand before slamming him down to the mat. Ethan Page pops him up for a powerbomb 1-2. Javon Evans kicks out. Ethan Page signals for the end. Javon Evans spikes Ethan Page off and sends him out of the ring. Javon Evans kicks him from the apron and goes for a moonsault, but he lands on his feet. When Ethan Page moves, Javon Evans sends him into the ring post and super kicks him. All of a sudden, Rusev tries to attack. Javon Evans punches him away and dives on him. Ethan Page gets in the ring. Javon Evans gets in the ring and goes for a dive, but Ethan Page, Ethan Page, what is it? All of a sudden, Rusev tries to attack Javon Evans and punches him away and dives on him. Ethan Page gets in the ring. Javon Evans gets in the ring and goes for a dive, but Ethan Page sweeps his feet. Ethan Page hits twisted grin for the win. The winner of the match, All Ego Ethan Page. This was a decent match. So Ethan Page was not losing on his debut match on Raw. So that's all I gotta say. But that match was decent. A furious Rusev gets in the ring and attacks Javon Evans. Rusev stomps Javon Evans and spikes and spines and applies the accolade. WWE Intercontinental Champion Penta runs down for the save. Penta kicks away at Rusev. Rusev blocks a kick, but Penta fires back with a super kick. Penta goes to the top rope, but Ethan Page shoves him down. Rusev hits Penta with a Machka kick. Ethan Page claps for Rusev from the apron. Rusev then stomps Penta's spine and applies the accolade. Rusev lets go and picks up the Intercontinental Championship. So are we going to see Rusev with the Intercontinental Championship sometime soon? But I don't know. But Rusev should have attacked Ethan Page as well too. But that didn't happen. Let's move on. Video package: Hulk Hogan, Real American is coming to Netflix on Wednesday. Backstage segment: Women's World Champion Liv Morgan is walking with the Judgment Day. So we go to commercial break. SummerSlam tickets go on sale on May 1st. Tyrese Hellenberg is back at the ringside. Funny Marco is also there. WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Paige and Brie Bella are also at ringside with Nikki Bella. Alright. So Women's World Champion Liv Morgan talks about WrestleMania 42. Women's World Champion Liv Morgan makes her way to the ring alongside AAA Mega Champion Dirty Dominic Mysterio, JD McDonough, Raquel Rodriguez, and Roxanne Perez. Liv Morgan walks around and listens to the crowd reaction. She smiles as a "You deserve it" chant picks up. Liv Morgan says that is the smartest thing Las Vegas has said all day. They are now in the presence of the greatest women's world champion of all time. Before we get to celebrating, she has a few people to thank. To her Judgment Day family. They have been her rock. She would not be where she is today without them. Secondly, this might surprise people. She likes to thank her WrestleMania opponent, Stephanie McCure. They beat the you-know-what out of each other, but Stephanie McCure remind her of a feeling she hasn't felt in a long time. It reminds Liv Morgan of who she is. She is the most talented woman in WWE. This is her ring. This is her ring in the women's division. This is her show. This is her women's world champion. If they thought she was messy and trouble before. Soroka interrupts Liv Morgan. Thank goodness. The crowd is psyched to see her. Soruga apologized for interrupting, but she's been watching Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan is an inspiration to her. Seeing her in the title taught her what she learned at the Battle Royale. Liv Morgan is the top woman in this division. Soruga says Liv Morgan deserves this. Liv Morgan says she has some nerve to interrupt her championship celebration, but she appreciates her kind words. Since Soruga was so nice to her, she'll say this as nicely as she can. You are not Liv Morgan, sweetie. Liv Morgan crackles. Liv Morgan will give her a chance to save herself. If she wants to make it to WrestleMania, she better leave. She better leave right now. Soruga says she isn't here for a fight, but she won't back down from one either. Raw General Manager Adam Pearce comes out and tells everyone to hold on. Adam Pearce says this is the biggest Raw of the year, and the crowd is acting like they want to see a fight. Adam Pearce calls referee Jessica Carl out. Adam Pearce asks if she can handle this for him. It's Soruga versus Liv Morgan right now. So we'll go to commercial break. So we get a non-title match. Women's World Champion Liv Morgan accompanied by the Judgment Day, Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez versus Soruga. And this match right here, I ain't even gonna lie to you. This match right here, it's not bad, but it was just, I might as well say this match was fine for what it was. But yeah, it is what it is. This match was fine for what it was. The bell rings and Soruga quickly takes Liv Morgan down, kicking her against the ropes. Liv Morgan fights back with some kicks. Liv Morgan rolls her up, but Soruga turns it on her. Liv Morgan hits a running hurricanrana, but Soruga quickly cartwheels and hits a drop kick. Soruga smiles and hits a running back elbow, followed by a snapmare. Liv Morgan gets her knees up to the corner to counter a standing moonsault. Soruga goes to the apron and knocks Liv Morgan back. Soruga goes for a springboard, but Liv Morgan hits the ropes. Liv Morgan clubs away at Soruga, sending her to the corner and hits a high knee to the face. Liv Morgan hits a running knee for a 2 count. Liv Morgan goes for a slam, but Soruga hits a waistlock takeover. Liv Morgan fights back with a front facelock. Soruga fights up, flips through a hip toss, and hits a X Factor. Liv Morgan rolls out of the ring to recover. Soruga hits a wild moonsault, block off the second rope to the floor. So we go to commercial break. Back from the break, Liv Morgan starts up the 3 amigos. 1 amigo, 2 amigos. Liv Morgan grates, and Soruga reverses the 3rd amigo. They trade punches before Soruga strikes and kicks away at her. Soruga hits an uppercut, sends her into the ropes, and hits a pair of back elbows. Soruga sends Liv Morgan into the corner, sternum first before hitting a snap German suplex. Soruga goes to the second rope for a big missile drop kick. Soruga hits a running knee for a 2 count. A half-hearted "This is awesome" chant picks up. Soruga goes to the top rope and dives, but Liv Morgan hits a codebreaker out of midair for a near fall. Liv Morgan goes for Oblivion, but Soruga flips through it. Soruga super kicks Liv Morgan and hits the Soul Snatcher. I love that Soul Snatcher by Soruga. Liv Morgan quickly rolls out of the ring. Soruga hits the ropes and hits a handspring moonsault block to the floor on Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez. The crowd loves that. The referee checks on Liv Morgan as she does Zarya. So does Zarya. Soruga opponent tomorrow on NXT shows her into the ring post and hits a nasty spine buster on the floor. The referee starts to count her out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Soruga gets in the ring. Liv Morgan immediately hits Oblivion for the win. The winner by pinfall, your Women's World Champion Liv Morgan. Zarya needs to mind her own business and stay out of Soruga's business. knowing that Zarya and Saruka got a match tomorrow on NXT, but Zarya, she never got involved in Saruka's business, and that's all I gotta say. As Liv Morgan in the Judgment Day back up the aisleway, Stephanie McCurry music hits. Stephanie McCurry walk up to Liv Morgan and says she wants another opportunity. Liv Morgan holds the title up. So you mean to tell me 1000% that I just want to see the Judgment Day break up? That's all I gotta say from here. Is it Roxanne Perez or Raquel Rodriguez going to turn on Liv Morgan? Now I want to see either Roxanne Perez or Raquel Rodriguez win the women's Money in the Bank. So one of them. So it's either Roxanne Perez or Raquel Rodriguez can cash in her Money in the Bank on Liv Morgan at SummerSlam. And that's all I gotta say. But I am so sick and tired of the Judgment Day. It just like Liv Morgan can't even win her match on her own without the Judgment Day's help. You know what I'm saying? I'm just sick of it, man. So that's just my opinion. So and I stand on it. And yeah. So yeah, Liv Morgan pick up the win over Saruka, but Zarya should have minded her own business. You know what I'm saying? Zarya, she never got involved in Saruka's business. So I know that Saruka gonna get her get back on Zarya on NXT. So let me continue. At ringside, we see Fabulous Mano is also there, along with Dave East and Jim Jones. Jim Jones is one of my favorite artists, so that's all I gotta say. But Fabulous can freestyle his behind off. That's all I gotta say. Video highlights from Brock Lesnar's incredible story career. That was good highlight career right there. Good highlight package right there. World Tag Team Champions Logan Paul and Austin Theory of Division heads to the ring with Paul Heyman. So we go to commercial break. Paul Heyman is in the ring with World Tag Team Champions Logan Paul and Austin Theory. Paul Heyman introduced himself and says last night was a moment that he will live in his heart forever. Paul Heyman then criticized CM Punk for putting over the production crew tonight. In the WWE intro video, they keep his beast in the now portion. He said he belongs in the forever because he's done the now and will live forever. His name is Brock Lesnar. The crowd chants, "Thank you, Brock." Yeah, I'll put some respect on Brock Lesnar's name, and that's all I gotta say. But Family is the next big thing, and that's all I gotta say. And I'm just speaking the truth. But let me continue. Paul Heyman wants to talk about the now. WWE is expecting a resurgence of the tag team division thanks to Austin Theory and Logan Paul, the tag team champions. Paul Heyman says there will now be a personal message from Logan Paul. The crowd loudly boos Logan Paul. They giving him the Dominic Mysterio treatment. So Logan Paul is getting the Dominic Mysterio treatment, and that's all I gotta say about booing Logan Paul. Logan Paul tries to speak, but the people boo him down. The only reason that the Usos and LA Knight stole the win from him is and his brother is because of that ungrateful weasel ISO speak. Logan Paul says he is absolutely sick of these YouTubers and streamers thinking they can come into their business and do what they do. Logan Paul hates outsiders. Nothing that happened at WrestleMania 42 matters. ISO Speed left WrestleMania 42 with a piece of Logan Paul fist in his face. They still the tag team champions of the world. They pose in the ring. Paul Heyman says it's only fitting that they all take a moment to realize what a magnificent favor Gunther did for him. Paul Heyman thanks Gunther and realizes that he owes him one. Anytime Gunther is ready, he's willing to repay. The best assist of the weekend belongs to the man who cut Seth Rollins in half. Paul Heyman welcomes Braun Breaker back to Raw. Braun Breaker head to the ring. The crowd barks as he gets in the ring and embraces the vision. Braun Breaker says he was thinking today that it was 1 year ago that He became the leader of the division in this very arena because Seth Rollins was too weak. Braun Breaker's favorite part of WrestleMania was watching Seth Rollins get so close to beating Gunther, only for Braun Breaker to ruin everything for Seth Rollins. The crowd sing Seth Rollins' theme song. Braun Breaker hopes Seth Rollins is watching from this day, for he'll be coming after him. Burn it down. Burn it down. Seth Rollins waits for. Burn it down. Braun Breaker waits for Seth Rollins, but Seth Rollins sneaks into the ring and smacks him with a steel chair. Braun Breaker immediately grabs the back of his head and gets out of the ring. Logan Paul and Austin Theory quickly double team Seth Rollins. Logan Paul punches away at Seth Rollins' midsection. And here's where I did not see this one coming. The Street Profits come out to make the save. Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins attack Logan Paul and Austin Theory, sending them out of the ring. Montez Ford then hits the ropes and sticks the landing off a moonsault senton on Logan Paul and Austin Theory. The Street Profits brawl with them to the back. Now Montez Ford, now Angelo Dawkins lost a lot of weight, and I want to say congratulations to Angelo Dawkins for losing weight. But I did not see this one coming, man. Put the Raw Tag Team Champions on the Street Profits at Backlash, and that's all I gotta say. Alright. Braun Breaker is gushing blood at ringside. Braun Breaker gets in the ring and charge, but Seth Rollins super kicks him. Seth Rollins punches away at him and goes for a stomp, but Braun Breaker avoids it and spears him down. Braun Breaker takes his shirt off and steps on Seth Rollins' neck. Braun Breaker rips Seth Rollins' shirt off and says he never needed his sorry you-know-what. The people will remember Seth Rollins as a shell of what he used to be. Braun Breaker hits the ropes at a wild speed and hits a massive spear. A bloody Braun Breaker stand over Seth Rollins. So the feud between Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker is getting started. But you gotta strike while the iron's hot. Put the Raw Tag Team Champions on the Street Profits. Have Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins to take the Raw Tag Team Championships off of Logan Paul and Austin Theory at Backlash. It's easy, simple booking. Now WWE, I thought that WWE did not use the Street Profits. I thought the Street Profits was going to walk out of the WWE to join the AEW, but that's not the case. But the Street Profits made their return, as you can tell by the title of the thumbnail. It was so good. It was good to see the Street Profits. I didn't even see the Street Profits forever, but I'm glad the Street Profits is back on Raw. Now I just hope the Street Profits take the title, the Raw Tag Team Champions, off of Austin Theory and Logan Paul at Backlash, and that's all I gotta say. Video package. JD Madonna says he and Finn Balor were supposed to be family. Finn Balor changed so much that he barely recognized him. Finn Balor takes his cues from CM Punk. JD Madonna took bullets for Finn Balor for 20 years. Finn Balor cost them gold. People have asked how he could throw it away 20 years, but it was easy. He'll do it again. After all this time, he stepped out of Finn Balor's shadow and show the world what he knows. The Finn Balor we love is dead. The club video package. The club WWE promo. WWE United States Champion Trick Williams is shown at ringside. But I was so happy that Trick Williams took the title. I was so happy that Trick Williams took the United States Championship off of Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. Thank goodness. Finn Balor heads to the ring. He'll battle JD Madonna next. So we go to commercial break. So we get Finn Balor versus JD Madonna, and this match right here, this was a pretty good match right here, and that's all I gotta say. As JD Madonna finishes his entrance, Finn Balor clotheslines him over the top rope. Finn Balor grabs him, but JD Madonna quickly shoves him into the barricade. Finn Balor fights back and sends JD Madonna into the crowd. They brawl in the crowd and up the steps. They fight down the steps before Finn Balor clotheslines over the barricade to ringside. Finn Balor rolls him into the ring, and the referee starts the match. Finn Balor chops JD Madonna's chest. JD Madonna reverses a whip. Finn Balor ducks a clothesline, but JD Madonna catches him with a back elbow. JD Madonna punches away at Finn Balor. The crowd chants bobblehead Finn Balor knocks JD McDonough down and goes for a coup de grace, but JD McDonough moves. JD McDonough knocks Finn Balor out of the ring, so we go to commercial break. Back from the break, Finn Balor elbows JD McDonough away. JD McDonough clubs the back and goes for a slam, but Finn Balor counters into a falling elbow drop. Finn Balor's mouth is busted open. Finn Balor punches JD McDonough back, peppering his tape ribs from the ladder match. Finn Balor hits a double stomp to the injured ribs. Finn Balor follows up with a sling blade before sizing him up. JD McDonough avoids a shotgun dropkick and executes a jackknife pin for a 2 count. JD McDonough quickly headbutts Finn Balor with his giant skull for a 2 count. JD McDonough heads to the top rope for a moonsault, but Finn Balor gets his boot up in his face. Finn Balor hits a shotgun dropkick and heads to the top rope. Finn Balor hits a various coup de grace for the win. The winner of the match, Finn Balor. Now this was a pretty good match in my opinion. Triple A Mega Champion Dirty Dominic Mysterio attacks Finn Balor from behind, clubbing away at Finn Balor. Finn Balor avoids a 619 by hitting a clothesline. Finn Balor hits Dominic Mysterio with a shotgun dropkick. Finn Balor heads up the top rope, but JD McDonough pulls Dominic Mysterio away. Now Finn Balor needs his own stable, and that's all I gotta say. But I hope Roxanne Perez will join Finn Balor, and that's all I gotta say. But Roxanne Perez need to leave the Judgment Day. Did you see the look? Did you see the look on Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez's face? One is either Raquel. I know that Raquel and Roxanne Perez want the Women's World Champion. But like I said, it is what it is. Backstage interview. Jackie Redmond is backstage with the ring general Gunther. Gunther says he feels fantastic because he proves everything he said about Seth Rollins heading into WrestleMania. She asks if he's aware of Paul Heyman and Braun Breaker influence. Gunther says Paul Heyman owes him a big favor. People should get comfortable seeing the World Heavyweight Champion around his waist very soon. And I already know that Gunther is not going to be Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship. There is no way. LA Knight walks up from one WrestleMania winner to another. He congratulates him. LA Knight says Gunther beats Seth Rollins, but he's not the only one with eye on the title. One of the WrestleMania winners need a 3-on-1 advantage to win. That's Gunther. LA Knight should be next in line. Gunther is not pleased. Next week on Raw from Laredo, Texas, we'll see the return of the WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion Becky Lynch. We'll also have a concert by Joe Hendry. Michael Cole says Joe Hendry is on Raw full time. So Joe Hendry is gonna be on Raw. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Backstage segment. WWE Women's Champion Rhea Ripley and Io Sky are sadly standing together. It's not goodbye forever. Rhea Ripley will be the champion on SmackDown needs. Io Sky will hold it down here. They embrace. Rhea Ripley walks off and past Women's World Champion Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan says, I guess I'll see you around. Rhea Ripley says, I'm looking forward to it. Parking garage segment. A black SUV drives into the arena. World Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns comes out to a big ovation. The OTC heads into the T-Mobile Arena. Roman Reigns walks through the backstage area and hears people singing his name. Roman Reigns heads down the tunnel to the grill position. The Usos are waiting for him. Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso embrace their cousins. Roman Reigns invites them out with them. World Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns makes his way to the ring alongside the Usos. We'll hear from them next. So we go to commercial break. So we get a closing segment. World Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns addresses his WrestleMania 42 victory. And this was a good segment right here. World Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns stands in the ring with his cousins, main event Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso. The crowd is buzzing, chanting OTC. Roman Reigns says, Las Vegas, acknowledge me. Roman Reigns was going to keep it simple, focus on the title and the business and the future. Then he ran into his cousin, and it made sense to discuss some family business first. Roman Reigns looks at them and says, "I miss this." Roman Reigns says he missed having their full trust, respect, love, and admiration. Roman Reigns missed doing business with them. Right now, this is them separated and scattered. They're weak like that. People like CM Punk can run their mouth and disrespected them. Some rapper from the 90s running his mouth to Jey Uso. Jey Uso is the yeet man. The crowd yeets. Jey Uso changed the world environment, and he has washed up rappers running their mouths to him. They're not scared. They're not scattered. Roman Reigns holds up a fist and says, "This is us. This is the power. When we all come together, nobody can touch us. We got the proof of concept when we're like this. We ran this business for 4 years straight." Roman Reigns says he's not asking them to serve them. He wants them to be his blood and stand with him. Jimmy Uso says he speaks for his brother when he says this. Roman Reigns is the OTC and will always be the tribal chief. When the bloodline is in your city, there are the twos and they are the ones. They hold up their fingers. But the Samoan werewolf Jacob Fatu heads to the ring. Jacob Fatu stares at his family. Roman Reigns says it's been a while since he last saw him. There can only be a few reasons why he came out here. Roman Reigns assumes is to acknowledge him, but Jacob Fatu says that is not it. Roman Reigns says it's because he wants the World Heavyweight Champion. Jacob Fatu says he doesn't want that title. Jacob Fatu needs that title. To be clear, he's not out here to be Tribal Chief, but he needs everything that the Tribal Chief has. He needs to deal the private jets, the Rolex, the vehicles, a bigger house, a bigger schools for his children. He'll do anything for his family, even if he has to go through Roman Reigns. Jacob Fatu upgrading and leveling up his household at Backlash. Roman Reigns will know Jacob Fatu is all gas and no brakes. A Jacob Fatu chant picks up. Roman Reigns says he agrees and wants those things for Jacob Fatu. Maybe Jacob Fatu can beat him, but the question is whether he can handle the burden of this title. Then they have to look at it from the other side. If Jacob Fatu can beat him, he can handle the burden of having to acknowledge him. It's thin air up here. This is the top of the mountain. Roman Reigns will give him the rest of the week to think about it. Roman Reigns isn't sure Jacob Fatu is ready. Roman Reigns says he'll see you next week on Monday Night Raw. Little cousin Roman Reigns and the Usos walk off. That was a good promo. That was a good closing segment by Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu. And the Usos did their thing too, so that's all I gotta say. But let me read you guys the quick results. Io Sky and the WWE Women's Champion defeated the Kabuki Warriors Asuka and Kairi Sane in a tag team match. All Ego Ethan Page defeated Javon Evans. Women's World Champion Liv Morgan defeated Soroka in a non-title match. And Finn Balor defeated JD Madonna. So you mean to tell me that Ethan Page can win his debut match, but Soroka can't? That just something else, bro. But WWE Raw goes off the air, and like I said before, and I'm going to say this again, and I am speaking facts, man. I'm always going to tell the truth and nothing but the truth about professional wrestling. So if you guys enjoy my WWE Raw review on highlights, make sure you guys please watch the entire video from all the way from the beginning all the way towards the end. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content that I do on the channel. I deserve way more subscribers because look at the content I've been putting on my YouTube channel, man. I deserve way more subscribers on YouTube. And that's all I got to say. I'm trying my best to get to 11K subscribers before the end of April. And that's all I gotta say from here. But have you ever? Let me ask you guys this kind of question. Have you ever seen a 10K subscribers turn to a 20K subscribers? It would be nice if I had 20K subscribers, but we'll see. But anyway, I'm glad that I knocked this entire WWE Raw review out of the park from the beginning towards the end. Now, WrestleMania 42 for night 2 was a way better show. Was way better than night 1. Yeah, night 1 had some good matches and good moments, but it wasn't way better than night 2. Night 2 of WrestleMania 42 really delivered, and it was better than night 1. And that's all I gotta say. The main event by CM Punk and Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Champion was the first best match of the night in the main event. And then the ladder match was also the second best match of the night. And that's all I gotta say from here. But anyway, I want you guys to have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kings, kept your club. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang. And I will go live tomorrow on Twitch for some Mortal Kombat live on Twitch. And then I will be dropping my WWE NXT review on highlights after I get done streaming live on Twitch. Tomorrow. But anyway, I want you guys to have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. And I'll see you guys on my upcoming. I will see you guys on my brand new world premiere of my WWE Raw review on highlights. I want you guys to have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kings, kept your club. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang. And I want to give some shout outs to the wrestling community that has been believing in me. Shout outs to Malik's Mayhem, the Holy Podcast, Seeing Vintage Unicorn, Showstopper TV, the Daniel Channel, to Reeves, and everybody else in the wrestling community. Shout outs to you guys, man. Continue to do your thing. Continue to speak the truth about real professional wrestling for what it is. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy WrestleMania 42 for night 1 and night 2, but night 2 of WrestleMania 42 was way better than night 1. Can we talk about the Demon Finn Balor entrance? It was just cinema, and that's all I gotta say from here. But like I said, WrestleMania 42 night 2 was way better than night 1. Over Femi is the next big thing of the WWE, and I would love to see Oba Femi versus Gunther and Noble Femi versus Roman Reigns, two dream matches in the WWE. But you know, it is what it is. Triple H make that happen. You know what I'm saying? And I know backlash is around the corner. So WWE, do me a huge favor. Put the Raw Tag Team Champions around Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins on the Street Profits. So Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins take the Raw Tag Team Champions off of Logan Paul and Austin Theory at Backlash, and that's all I gotta say from here. But do you think Dominic Mysterio is gonna win that Money in the Bank? No, he's not. But I know who's gonna win the women's Money in the Bank. It's either Roxanne Perez or Raquel Rodriguez. The Judgment Day needs to break up. It's either Roxanne Perez or Raquel Rodriguez needs to turn on Liv Morgan, and that's all I gotta say. But Liv Morgan's new entrance is garbage, and that's all I gotta say from here. But anyway, enough of me. I'm about to go edit this video, and I'm about to set this world premiere at around 5 o'clock a.m. on YouTube. Have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kings, kept your club. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang. And I'm just I'm just telling the truth and nothing but the truth about real professional wrestling for what it is. I watch real professional wrestling for what it is. I watch real professional wrestling for what it is. Some of y'all just looking at highlights for what it is. So anyway, so have a good night. Stay too sweet. And I'm out of here. Gang.